I say? We've been so busy that I feel bad because we haven't been able to come and do any videos at all. So here we are. It's been a while, but
Well, you got a lot going on at
we
once.
both have a lot going on. Yeah.
You know. And
I had those questions written down, and naturally I don't have them in front of me.
that's all right. You know.
But one, because people ask great questions, and one was, had you ever worked with Freddie King?
What about 17?
Had you ever worked with Freddie King?
Oh, Freddie King? No. Once I was 17, though, But I never did work with Freddie King. We opened up for him one time at the Armadillo World headquarters.
Who's we?
And we was a little band that I put together to come, just to go play. That was like in the early 80s. And we played all over Texas and down in New Orleans and Florida and some places, just stayed in hotels that had neon sign, that were palm trees that didn't work,
Those are the best.
Yeah, it was wild, a lot of fun. But, throughout the years even though it wasn't what's called profitable, I've never stopped playing and creating, that was a gift I was given, and what little monetary thing means that came my way, always went back into doing what I was doing. And if it was going out on the road, playing and just having some good time, taking some music to people, that's what I was all about. Not in stadiums and the likes, but I've always been busy, creative, growing one way or the other, doing something in a creative fashion, even if it's down to building, and I like working with my hands, and now the two combined, where I've kind of got to this place to where the faucet is opened, and the one to the past is all is wide open, and things are just flowing, So I'm just following that very thing, that flow of destiny that I've followed my whole life, right to this very moment, and incredible things are happening in our world. I can't disclose at this moment, but soon enough will. Wonderful, beautiful, positive things, unbelievable, historical happenings, things that never happened, ever.
But this has to do with your artwork. That's what.
Has to do with my artwork.
Okay, because I don't want people to start thinking that there's something going on that ain't going on. Okay, musically.
Well, between you and me,
Musically,
There's always been something going on between you and me.
I can just hear it. They're going to be thinking like, "Oh, you and Eric are getting together." No, that's not happening. So, no, that's not happening.
Yes, it has to do with my art, and our music at the same time, and we got
there's
other things that we can talk about in a few days, even that, and this is incredible stuff that's going down and going on in our world, and I believe it's because we've followed our impulses, that thing where we're led,
Well, it's more than that too. It's knowing where you're going.
Yeah, having a destination is always good.
Yes.
A destination and a full tank,
After all these years, I found out that, yes, having a destination is good.
It's a good thing, yeah.
Otherwise, your ship is going in circles. Oh, dear.
But,
well, you have a birthday coming up.
oh, hell yeah, I do, don't I?
You told me one of those those birthday stories. Could you tell that story again? It was great. You know, the one with Donovan and all those guys.
Oh, you know, we're talking about the ups and downs of life, and
Drinking.
there've been times, you know, I mean, I've picked up scrap iron with my mother, and we chopped cotton. I probably chopped 100 miles of cotton, you know, in my lifetime, and so I really appreciate what was important in the world, and as I grew up, and eventually I was living in Ascot in a really nice crib, you know, and my friends were Donovan, you know, some other folks, and I don't know about having money. I felt guilty that I had it, you know, and so I was free to get rid of it because it didn't mean a lot to me, you know, what it could do, you know. It wasn't enough to hold my attention, you know, and I always felt guilty for having money, even though I earned it, because we never had anything when I was young, and so consequently, it never had that much importance. Even though I was living in a beautiful house, had Ferraris, Mercedes, you know, rocking and rolling and having a big time, wearing nice clothes, you know, and shopping in London and all that, I still felt guilty about having an abundance. And I threw myself a birthday party at the castle out in Surrey, I believe it was in, and it was cold, and everybody's invited, Donovan and everybody, and I threw the party, my birthday party, for myself, and bought everybody a present, bought them a present, and champagne and wine, all around this big table, and we rented out the upstairs of the Castle Restaurant. It's a beautiful place. Real old. And we got drunk and wild and rowdy and had food fights, and there was cake and stuff on the walls. What a mess. After the end of the thing, of everybody eating all that fine food and having those desserts, and looked like that thing in Animal House when John Belushi goes, "Food fight!"
Oh, jeez.
There was, man. There was birthday cake on the walls and on paintings and stuff. It was a bad scene. And I remember Donovan sitting at the table looking so meek and what's going on here, man? Because we'd all went wild. And about the time somebody was getting ready to sling a big piece of cake, in walked the owner of the place and with the bill. And I said, he handed it to me. It was like 600 pounds or something like that. And I said, send it to the office. Take it to the office. I didn't have any money, you know, so I would just send it to the office. That was wild. They did, and they got their money. But yeah, I mean, that's where that one side of my life went, you know, and states and stages of consciousness, you know, and that was just one little parenthetical moment that I lived through, and thank goodness managed to survive, because so many of my mates and friends and bandmates didn't make it, you know, they didn't make it, and I'm one of the few that has made it, you know, to this time in my life, and I'm in a good place, you know, and wonderful things have happened and are happening, and it's all about a level of growing in different states and stages of consciousness. Perhaps, you know, I'm stepping into another level of life.
Well, did you ever feel like at that point in time that you wanted to quit drinking, or it was getting in the way of your life?
No, I knew it would be all. It would just the door would close on it. I knew all of that. I knew I had to live through where I was at that point in time, you know, and I just didn't know how long it was going to take. But it seems like in my whole life, everything has been 9-year cycles, you know, on that pertaining to alcohol and drugs and all that. They run for 9 years. When I got doing a bunch of pills, it was in England after I wrecked my Ferrari. They got me on a pill roll for 9 years, and then another 9 of the same thing. And you know, and then when it happened again, I said, I can't do this anymore. And so I decided to unplug everything, you know, and stop taking everything, and just because that other was killing me. I was miserable, you know, and had all the reason in the world to be not that way. And I stopped taking everything all at once, and not like to kill me, but physically. Yeah, hell, it's been a long time now. No alcohol, no drugs. This over 20 years, 21, 22 years. Yeah, and I'll be 74 March the 18th.
Yeah.
Yeah, you always remind me that it's 74. I forget now.
No, because you're always asking me how old am I?
Yeah, how old am I? I forget sometimes. You know, but that's all right. I remember the right things, you know, and I think it's good sometimes to go ahead and not concern yourself with what you know is you have absolutely no control over, you know. Boy, if I could change things, I would, but I can't, you know, except in myself, in my world, you know, and maybe that'll echo out, you know, and resonate throughout the planet, throughout the world, you know, if it can all be felt, you know, it can be. I know that art moves you, you know. I never knew that not even a long time ago. It'll be 4 years that I've been painting since in April. It'll be 4 years, but I never knew that it could have such an impact on you. You know, not only me personally, but people who looked at it, and I'm just glad to be me right now.
Is that it? I'm sure there's much more that we could talk about. And again, I'm sorry that we've been away for so long, but actually it's been over a week, and we've just been extremely busy. So thank you for sticking with us.
Yeah, and philosophical.
We're having to move things around because the little table we were sitting at in the little.
I'm glad to move around
area
this place.
So am I, but you know, we haven't been here long.
I mean,
we don't have
the setting I have is incredible. What I get to see, you know, the backdrop behind my beautiful wife, and you know, it's quite something. One of these days we'll show all and tell all, you know, almost.
You know, I don't like to.
Yeah.
So. All right. Well, thanks again. Thank you for.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get to it.
We won't be so long next time.
I said that last time.
You know.
Apologies.
So, Route 66.
Well, I hope you're not drinking paint. Drop paint in that cup.
Fell right in it. It's all right.
Good paint.
Yeah, a little paint, what do they call that? Anyway, we better sign off, you know. You can dub this thing out, you know. It's going on too long.
All right. It's good. It's good.
I'm running dry. This is my first song I ever wrote. Why I love you the way I do, I don't know. way I do. I don't know. Walk softly, baby. Talk softly, baby, to me. Can't you see that I love you much more than you'll ever know? Listen to me, babe. Oh, why my arms reach out for you each night. I don't know. Why my heart I long to hold you so tight. I don't know. Walk softly, baby. Talk softly, baby, to me. Can't you see that I love you much more than you'll ever know? You'll ever know, more than you'll ever know, more